Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Cup English. I'm Liam.
And I'm Chloe. We're really happy to have you here with us today.
If this is your first time listening, welcome. And if you've been listening for a while, thank you so much for coming back.
Before we start, just a quick reminder. If you enjoy our daily conversations, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow Daily Cup English so you don't miss our new podcast episodes.
Yeah, we post new episodes every single day, and each one is designed to help you improve your English through real-life conversations.
No complicated grammar, no long vocabulary lists, just natural English that people actually use in daily life.
Exactly. You can listen while you're commuting, having coffee, or just relaxing at home.
Today's episode is especially interesting because it's about something we all deal with, even if we don't always talk about it.
That's right. Today's topic is stepping out of your comfort zone.
I think this topic connects really well with learning English, personal growth, work, relationships, basically everything.
Totally. And we're not here to give you a lecture. This is just a real conversation between two people sharing experiences and opinions.
So if you're listening right now, maybe think about this question as we talk. When was the last time you stepped out of your comfort zone?
All right, let's get into it.
So, Liam, let's start with the basics. What does comfort zone mean to you?
For me, a comfort zone is a situation where everything feels familiar and safe. You know what to expect, and there are no big surprises.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's that place in life where you don't feel stressed or scared.
Exactly. For example, doing the same job every day, talking to the same people, following the same routine.
Or even something simple like always ordering the same food at a restaurant because you already know you like it.
Right, there's nothing wrong with that. Comfort zones exist for a reason.
I agree. They help us feel stable. They give us a sense of control, especially when life feels busy or stressful.
But I think the problem starts when we stay in our comfort zone for too long.
Yeah, when we stop trying new things because we're afraid of feeling uncomfortable.
That's when life can start to feel a bit boring or even stuck.
I like how you said stuck. Sometimes people don't realize they're stuck because everything feels fine.
Exactly. Nothing is wrong, but nothing's really changing either.
And stepping out of your comfort zone means doing something that feels unfamiliar or a little scary.
Like speaking English with a native speaker for the first time.
That's a perfect example for our listeners.
You might worry about making mistakes or not understanding everything.
But staying silent feels safer.
Safer, yes, but it doesn't help you grow.
That's the key point. Growth usually doesn't happen inside the comfort zone.
I once heard someone say, your comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there.
I love that quote. It's simple, but very true.
And just to be clear, stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't mean doing something crazy or risky.
It can be very small. Even small changes can feel uncomfortable at first.
Like raising your hand in a meeting or sharing your opinion when you usually stay quiet.
Or recording your first podcast episode and letting other people hear your voice.
That can be really scary, actually.
Very scary, but also exciting.
So, to sum it up, a comfort zone is where we feel safe, and stepping out of it means choosing growth over comfort.
And that choice isn't easy, but it's often worth it.
All right, now that we understand what a comfort zone is, let's talk about why it's so hard to leave it. So, Chloe, we've talked about what a comfort zone is. Now the big question is, why is it so hard to step out of it?
Honestly, I think fear is the biggest reason.
Fear of what?
Fear of failing, fear of looking stupid, fear of not being good enough.
Yeah, I can really relate to that. I think many people are more afraid of failure than they want to admit.
Especially as adults. When we're kids, we try things without thinking too much.
That's true. Kids fall, make mistakes, and just try again.
But as we grow older, we start worrying more about what other people think.
Right. We don't want to be judged or criticized.
Or compared to others.
I think social media makes this even worse.
Definitely. We see people sharing their best moments, their success, their perfect lives.
And we start comparing our behind the scenes with their highlights.
Exactly. That comparison can stop us from trying anything new.
Because we think, I'm not ready, or I'm not as good as them.
Or what if I fail and everyone sees it?
That fear can be very powerful.
Another reason is comfort itself. Being comfortable feels good.
Yeah, our brains like comfort. They like routine.
Doing something new takes energy. It takes effort.
And sometimes we're just tired.
Exactly. After a long day at work or school, the last thing we want is more stress.
So we choose what feels easy, even if it doesn't help us grow.
I think that's very human.
Same here. And sometimes we tell ourselves stories to stay comfortable.
What kind of stories?
Like, I'll do it later, or now is not the right time.
Oh, yes, I know those stories very well.
But later often becomes never.
Sadly, that's true.
Let's take a simple example, learning English.
That's a great example for our listeners.
Many people understand English quite well, but they don't speak it.
Because speaking feels risky.
You might make mistakes.
You might forget words.
You might feel embarrassed.
So people stay quiet.
And staying quiet feels safe.
But it also keeps them in the same place.
Exactly. No progress, no improvement.
Another thing I notice is that people sometimes wait until they feel ready.
Yeah, like waiting for confidence.
But confidence usually comes after you take action, not before.
That's such an important point.
You don't wake up one day feeling confident and brave.
You become confident by doing uncomfortable things again and again.
Even small uncomfortable things.
So fear, comfort, and overthinking, they all work together to keep us inside our comfort zone.
But the funny thing is, most of the time the fear in our head is worse than the reality.
That's very true.
We imagine the worst possible outcome.
And usually that worst case never happens.
Or if it does, we realize we can handle it.
So maybe the real problem isn't failure.
Maybe it's our fear of feeling uncomfortable.
That's a great way to put it.
And that's why learning to step out of our comfort zone is such an important skill.
All right, since we're talking about fear and discomfort, I think it's time to share some personal experiences.
Yes, let's talk about real moments when we had to step out of our comfort zones.
All right, I'll start. I want to share a moment when I really had to step out of my comfort zone.
I'm listening.
A few years ago, I was working at a company where everything felt very safe.
Safe in a good way or a bad way?
Both, actually. The job was stable, I knew what to do every day, and I was good at it.
That sounds comfortable.
Very comfortable, maybe too comfortable.
What do you mean?
I wasn't learning anything new anymore. I wasn't growing.
But it's hard to leave a stable situation.
Exactly, that's why I stayed for so long.
So what changed?
One day, my manager asked me to lead a small project.
That doesn't sound too scary.
It didn't at first, but then I realized I had to speak in front of a group every week.
Ah, public speaking.
Yeah, that was my biggest fear.
Really? You sound very confident now.
Trust me, I wasn't back then.
What scared you the most?
Making mistakes while speaking, forgetting what to say, looking unprofessional.
Those fears sound very familiar.
I thought about saying no.
Did you?
I almost did. I told myself I wasn't ready.
That not ready feeling again.
Exactly. But then I asked myself, if not now, when?
That's a powerful question.
So I said yes, even though I felt nervous.
How did the first meeting go?
Honestly, not great.
What happened?
My voice was shaky. I spoke too fast. I forgot some points.
That sounds uncomfortable.
It was. I felt embarrassed afterward.
Did anyone say anything?
No one laughed. No one judged me.
Interesting.
Most people were actually supportive.
That's not what we usually imagine in our heads.
Exactly. The reality was much kinder than my fear.
So what happened next?
The next meeting was a little better.
Just a little?
Yeah, just a little, but that was enough.
Progress doesn't have to be big.
Right. Week by week, I felt more comfortable.
And did that change how you saw yourself?
Yes, I realized I was capable of more than I thought.
That's such an important realization.
And that experience made me more open to new challenges.
So stepping out of your comfort zone once made the next step easier.
Exactly. It's like building a muscle.
I love that comparison.
It was uncomfortable, but it helped me grow.
And if you hadn't said yes?
I'd probably still be in the same place, doing the same things.
That's a little scary to think about.
It is, but it also motivates me to keep trying new things.
Thanks for sharing that, Liam. I think many listeners can relate.
I hope so, and now I'm really curious about your experience.
All right, I'll share mine. All right, so my story is a bit different, but it also pushed me out of my comfort zone.
I'm ready.
A few years ago, I was in a situation where everything in my life felt predictable.
Predictable how?
Same routine, same people, same habits. Nothing was wrong, but nothing was exciting either.
That sounds like a quiet kind of discomfort.
Exactly. I didn't feel unhappy, but I felt stuck.
So what happened?
A friend of mine invited me to join a volunteer program.
Volunteering? That doesn't sound too uncomfortable.
That's what I thought at first, but then I learned I had to work with people I didn't know.
Ah, new environment.
Yes, and I had to communicate a lot, share ideas, and sometimes lead small group activities.
Was that outside your comfort zone?
Very much. I've always been more of a quiet person.
So what was your first reaction?
I wanted to say no.
Of course.
I told myself I wasn't confident enough and that other people would do better.
Those negative thoughts again.
Yes, but something inside me said, just try.
That small voice can be powerful.
So I said yes, even though I was scared.
How did it feel at the beginning?
Very uncomfortable. I felt awkward. I didn't know what to say sometimes.
Did you ever think about quitting?
Many times.
What stopped you?
I realized feeling uncomfortable didn't mean I was doing something wrong.
That's an important point.
It just meant I was learning.
So what changed over time?
I started feeling more confident speaking in front of others.
That's a big change.
Yes, and I also learned how to listen better.
Interesting.
I stopped worrying so much about being perfect.
That's something many people struggle with.
I realized people weren't judging me as much as I thought.
Just like my experience.
Exactly. And after the program ended, I felt proud of myself.
Would you say it changed you?
Yes, in a quiet but deep way.
Would you do it again?
Without hesitation.
Even knowing how uncomfortable it was.
Yes, because the discomfort was temporary, but the growth stayed.
That's such a good way to describe it.
And now, when something feels uncomfortable, I don't run away immediately.
You pause and think.
Exactly. I ask myself, is this discomfort helping me grow?
That's a great question.
And sometimes the answer is yes.
So both of our stories show that stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't always mean huge changes.
Sometimes it's just saying yes when you want to say no.
And that one small yes can lead to something much bigger.
All right, now that we've shared our experiences, let's talk about something important.
Yeah, how people can start stepping out of their comfort zone without feeling overwhelmed. So Chloe, a lot of people hear stories like ours and think, that sounds great, but I can't do something that big.
Yes, I hear that all the time.
They think stepping out of the comfort zone means changing their whole life.
Quitting their job, moving to another country, or doing something extreme.
But that's not what it has to be.
Exactly. Stepping out of your comfort zone can start with very small steps.
Sometimes the smallest steps are the most powerful.
Because they feel possible.
Right. When something feels possible, you're more likely to try.
For example, if you're usually quiet in meetings, you can start by sharing just one idea.
You don't need to speak for 10 minutes.
Just one sentence is enough.
And for people learning English, this is very important.
Yes, you don't need to speak perfectly.
You just need to speak.
Even saying hello to a stranger in English can be a big step.
Or asking a simple question.
Those small moments add up over time.
I think many people don't realize that confidence is built slowly.
It's not something you suddenly have one day.
It grows every time you do something uncomfortable and survive it.
I like that, and survive it.
Because most of the time, nothing bad actually happens.
Exactly. We imagine terrible outcomes, but reality is usually much calmer.
Another thing is consistency.
Yes, small steps work best when you repeat them.
Doing one uncomfortable thing once is good.
But doing it again and again changes you.
It slowly expands your comfort zone.
What felt scary before starts to feel normal.
And then you're ready for the next step.
I also think it's important to be kind to yourself.
Absolutely.
Some days you'll feel brave, other days you won't.
And that's okay.
Growth is not a straight line.
Sometimes you move forward, sometimes you pause.
Pausing doesn't mean failing.
It just means you're human.
I also want to say this: don't wait until you feel confident.
Yes, that's a big mistake people make.
Confidence comes after action, not before.
You take the step first, then confidence follows.
Even if the step feels uncomfortable.
Especially if it feels uncomfortable.
So, if you're listening right now, think about one small thing you can do today.
Something that makes you slightly uncomfortable, but not scared.
That's a good balance.
Small discomfort, small step.
And tomorrow, you can take another one.
Step by step, your comfort zone gets bigger.
And life gets more interesting.
Now there's one important question we haven't talked about yet.
Yes, is all discomfort good for us?
That's a really important question. So, Chloe, we've been talking a lot about discomfort in a positive way,
Yes, like discomfort that helps us grow.
but I think it's important to ask, is all discomfort good?
That's a great question, and the answer is no.
I agree. Not all discomfort leads to growth.
Some discomfort is actually a warning sign.
Exactly. We need to learn how to tell the difference.
So, how would you explain that difference?
For me, growth discomfort feels challenging but meaningful.
Can you give an example?
Sure, speaking in public makes me nervous, but it also helps me grow.
That kind of discomfort has a purpose.
Yes, I feel scared, but I also feel excited.
What about harmful discomfort?
That's the kind that makes you feel exhausted, anxious, or unhappy all the time.
Like staying in a job that damages your mental health.
Exactly, or pushing yourself too hard without rest.
I think sometimes people confuse discipline with self-punishment.
That's such an important point. Growth should challenge you, not break you.
Yes, and listening to your body and mind really matters.
If you feel stressed once in a while, that's normal.
But if you feel stressed every day, something is wrong.
So stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't mean ignoring your limits.
It means slowly expanding them.
And giving yourself time to recover.
Rest is part of growth too.
I like that idea.
Another thing is intention.
What do you mean?
Why are you doing this uncomfortable thing?
Ah, that's important.
If you're doing it to learn, to improve, or to move forward, that's healthy.
But if you're doing it to please others or prove your worth, that can be dangerous.
Exactly. That kind of pressure can lead to burnout.
So it's not just about stepping out of your comfort zone.
It's about doing it for the right reasons.
I think this is especially important for people who are very hard on themselves.
Yes, growth should come from curiosity, not self-hate.
That's a powerful statement.
Thank you.
So to sum it up, discomfort that helps you grow feels challenging but hopeful.
And harmful discomfort feels heavy and draining.
Learning to tell the difference takes time.
But it's a very important skill.
All right, now that we've talked about this balance, let's give our listeners some practical advice.
Yes, something they can actually use in their daily lives.
All right, let's make this practical. If someone is listening right now and wants to step out of their comfort zone, where should they start?
I'd say start small and start honestly.
What do you mean by honestly?
Be honest with yourself about what actually makes you uncomfortable.
Not what sounds impressive.
Exactly, not what looks good on social media.
Just the real things.
Yes, for some people it's speaking up. For others it's saying no.
That's a good point. Stepping out of your comfort zone isn't always about doing more.
Sometimes it's about setting boundaries.
I love that.
Another piece of advice is to lower your expectations.
That might surprise some people.
People often expect big results right away.
And when that doesn't happen, they feel discouraged.
Exactly, but growth is slow.
Very slow.
So instead of asking, did I succeed, ask, did I try?
That changes everything,
Trying is already a win.
especially when something feels scary.
Another thing I'd suggest is to reflect after you try something uncomfortable.
Reflect how?
Ask yourself simple questions. What did I learn? What went better than I expected?
Not just what went wrong.
Exactly. We're very good at focusing on mistakes.
But we often ignore small wins.
Those small wins matter a lot.
What about people learning English? Any specific advice for them?
Yes, stop waiting for perfect English.
I couldn't agree more.
Speak even when your grammar isn't perfect.
Make mistakes and learn from them.
Every mistake is part of the process.
And most native speakers don't care about your mistakes.
They care about communication.
So focus on being understood, not being perfect.
One more thing. I think it's helpful to remind yourself why you're doing this.
Your why.
Yes, when things feel uncomfortable, your why keeps you going.
That's true for learning English, work, relationships, everything.
And finally, be patient with yourself.
Growth takes time.
And everyone moves at a different pace.
Comparing yourself to others only makes things harder.
Your journey is your own.
So take one step, then another.
And don't forget to give yourself credit.
You're doing better than you think.
All right, I think it's time to wrap things up.
Yeah, let's bring this conversation to a close.
So, to sum up today's episode, stepping out of your comfort zone is not easy, but it's where real growth happens.
Exactly. Growth doesn't happen in safety. It happens when you take risks, try new things, and feel a little uncomfortable.
And remember, it doesn't have to be something huge.
Small steps count, and every little effort adds up over time. Also, not all discomfort is good. Make sure what you're doing is for the right reasons and listen to yourself.
Absolutely. Challenge yourself, but don't push so hard that it harms your well-being.
And here's the most important part. Start today. Take one small step outside your comfort zone.
Even a tiny action matters. You might surprise yourself.
Before we finish, we want to remind you this is Daily Cup English, and we post new episodes every day.
So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us so you never miss an episode.
And if you like today's topic, share it with a friend who might need a little encouragement to step out of their comfort zone.
Yes, spread the message. Growth happens step by step, and no one has to do it alone.
All right, that's it for today. Thanks for listening.
See you tomorrow with another conversation. Remember, take that small step and keep growing.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!